Reisewarnung mit Missio München unterwegs in Afrika, Asien und Ozeanien.
Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer Sonderfolge der Reisewarnung. Wir haben heute nämlich was ganz Besonderes vor. Bei mir ist Christina Balbach und sie hat Juliana Sfeir mitgebracht. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hallo. Und es wird ein bisschen schwierig sein für die Leute, die jetzt zuhören, weil wir fangen auf Deutsch an, um kurz zu erklären, wer wir sind. Aber dann werden wir das Interview auf Englisch führen, weil die Juliana einfach Englisch spricht und ich Englisch spreche. Juliana spricht wahrscheinlich auch noch Französisch, das spreche ich nicht so gut.
Auch Arabisch machen.
A little bit of Italian and a little bit of German.
Yeah, let's do in Arabic.
Ich könnte ein bisschen Holländisch anbieten, aber ansonsten wird's dann auch eng. Also wir einigen uns auf Englisch, das können wir alle drei zumindest brauchbar und die Christina wird mir auch als Google und Langenscheidt auf zwei Beinen zur Seite stehen für die speziellen Vokabeln.
Backoffice.
Genau. Also wir nehmen jetzt auf, mitten im Monat der Weltmission und ihr seid gerade auf Tour, um die Arbeit von Juliana in Bayern vorzustellen.
Das ist das Schöne an unserer Kampagne zum Weltmissionsmonat, dass die Partner, über deren Arbeit wir ja auch im Podcast hier so oft sprechen, dass sie auch wirklich da sind, in Bayern und in Speyer unterwegs sind und von ihrer Arbeit berichten und man sie wirklich mal erleben, hören und anfassen kann. Und deswegen dachten wir auch, wie wir es sonst im Podcast machen, wir erzählen so viel von vor Ort, von den Partnern aus den Ländern. Und das müssen wir einfach ausnutzen, wenn die Partner jetzt auch mal da sind und auch noch so eine tolle Medienexpertin.
Genau, das war nämlich auch so der Grund, warum ich gerne die Juliana hier haben wollte. Wir arbeiten beide bei katholischen Sendern und wie unterscheidet sich denn unsere Arbeit? Das war eigentlich der Grund, weshalb ich sie ursprünglich unbedingt hier haben wollte. Und dann kam eben noch die aktuelle Lage dazu.
Und deswegen machen wir jetzt so einen Bonus-Track. Auch mal, ich glaube, es ist unsere erste Session in Englisch. So let's change to English now.
Yes.
Hello.
Because from now on you can understand what we are saying. If it was up to you, we could also speak in French, in Arabian, and in what other languages do you speak?
No, French and English is good. I'm learning Italian. I don't understand much. It's like
it's like German.
Like a German, but maybe Italian I understand a bit more. But no.
Okay, let's go to English because I hope I can do it in English. Un peu. Juliana, welcome to the Reisewarnung.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
Christina has already explained to you that we are normally playing a game at the beginning of every Folge.
Yeah, in every edition we start with bringing along like 3 terms or 3 words or 3 things.
Concerning the journey that the missio journalists have done into your country, are there any 3 words that go with your journey to Germany?
I have 3 words for you.
Okay.
Love, faith, and hope.
That is very nice. You are a Christian journalist working in Beirut. The program is called SAT-7 TV. What are you doing normally? Or what is your job?
Yeah, I'm an executive producer of programs that are social and development, human rights, also manager of a brand called SAT-7 Academy, and it's a non-formal education brand. So we do a lot of character building, life skills, communication, ways to connect people with each other, build a person.
Can you give any examples?
Programs on youth, for instance, that goes around the freedom of religion and belief and social cohesion.
Okay.
So we connect young people together from different backgrounds around games and, an outing whereby they discover the culture and heritage of the country together. And some of these children are refugees as well. So it's good. They come, from different backgrounds. And the Lebanese people, they also come because, as the Lebanese, we are also very different among ourselves. So we have Lebanese Christians, Muslims, Shia, Sunni, Druze, Catholic, Protestant, whatever, Armenians. The Lebanese themselves, we are very much, colorful. Mm-hmm. And we come with the bunch of refugees from Syria, Palestine, and And we go out together to play games and shed the light on how they were not connected before and what they discovered about the other one. So I do this through different programs. I have a huge campaign called Lebanon Our Story. It's about social cohesion and building bridges in Lebanon among the Lebanese. This targets 15 to 25 years old, and this campaign is financed by the Danish government.
Okay.
They also are financing the, Puzzle Season 1 and Season 2 that goes on social cohesion and freedom of religion and belief. And the non-formal education, it was supported by the great Missio, where we did a lot of non-formal education outside the box, using new techniques, a lot of other stuff to reach out to kids, visually attractive, technology. We didn't stress on just a curriculum, so we picked and chose different grades. So it's modular. It's not just one grade. It's so if you watch it or I watch it, it will make sense to us. So we educate from the mind to the heart, if you want. And we try to get whoever is in Lebanon. The society is constantly changing, and we have to find ways to live together in peace, in love, in faith.
In faith, yeah.
And it's SAT-7 who does it because as SAT-7 we are a satellite Christian channel.
And the very special thing about it is that you can't only be seen in Lebanon, but also in other countries. Which countries are they?
We cover the Middle East and North Africa region. So we have the 4 channels. We have the Arabic channel, the Kids channel, a Turkish channel, and a Farsi channel. The Iranian channel, it broadcasts over Afghanistan and Iran. And the Turkish channel broadcasts over Turkey. And all of these channels, they are regulated officially, satellites that are regulated by the government. The Turkish is regulated by the Turkish government. And the one over Iran and Afghanistan, we go from Abu Dhabi. But it's also, and this is what makes us unique. We were able to do this because of who we are. This is our distinctives. Because we do not attack, we are not political.
Exactly, that is the question. How do you broadcast under these political circumstances these days? Things seem to have changed within the last 2 weeks almost. Are you doing anything different from before that?
No, nothing has changed. We've always lived in this area. I'm not going to share my age, but ever since I woke up, there was this kind of, a civil war and conflicts with the neighboring countries, this country or that country, or even among the Lebanese, like the Muslim and the Christians and the Druze, they all killed each other at some point, we were born like that, and we learned how to live together and to make peace with each other, and how to, through who we are, we accept each other for who we are, and we build together the country. So this is not something new. It's not in the country yet, but of course, we're used to it. I'm not diminishing the importance of what is happening, but because we are not political and we don't take parties, we're not partisan, non-political. This is why our dues is to stay, to focus on what unites us all, and it's God's love. Our motto is making God's love visible. Mm-hmm. It's not our job. You have journalists everywhere who can cover and take parties and tell you what's happening here and there. What we care about is, giving hope to these people. Mm-hmm. A message of peace, praying for peace, partnering with you guys, with Missio, with all the Catholics, with all the, ecumenical movements in the world to pray to stop this agony and this the massive killing,
Okay. So let's go back to what you're normally doing. I understood that you are doing an educational program so that people learn to know each other and to get along together. But that is probably only one part. Do you also do things like math?
Regarding the informal education program, it's called My School. So season 5, we just produced it and we aired it, and it's still getting a lot of, feedback. Season 5 is based on 5 modules of 10 minutes each, very high tech, using smart boards and, graphics and animation. You have math, you have science, you have Arabic, English, and French.
Mm-hmm. So why is it necessary in your country that you are educating, actually school education on television?
I have many reasons to tell you why. It all started with the Syrian war. And we had an influx of refugees into Lebanon, and we had what everybody named the lost generation. A generation of kids who came to Lebanon and missed out on school. Some of them never been schooled because they were already very poor. I mean, the refugee who stayed in Lebanon, they were very poor. So it was the duties of, NGOs in Lebanon. They were offering education, doing whatever they can, because some were giving aid, some were giving clothes, some were giving food. And we wanted to partner with people on the ground to give education. So it all started back then for this reason. With time, because, in SAT-7, we always test our product. So whenever we do a season, we go test it. How did it go on the ground? What can we bring to it? How can we, make it better? Mm-hmm. So with time, we shortened it. We made it more attractive visually. Because, things are changing.
Kids will love it.
And with the technology, they can learn anything. And so you learn now math in a song, and it's very visual, and wow, and you want to dance with it and things like that. So you need to, make sense to the people. And with time now, of course, so you have Corona. The COVID-19 had put everybody at home, and people were like homeschooled by Zoom. And you know what Zoom is? You're on your PlayStation and attending your class.
Switch off the camera and the tone.
So this is when the fourth season made sense a lot, and it inspired our fifth season. This is when we saw a lot of people who needed desperate in education that is different, in education that is attractive. And so we sought consultants, academic consultant, curriculum specialist. And we decided we're going to do something not even schools have done. We're going to go in the modular approach. And Missio believed in us and our approach. It took a long time, like 2 years maybe, to prepare, write a funky new curriculum. And even the teachers, our teachers come from the best schools ever, but they didn't know what a modular approach is. What's a modular approach is when you put different grades in one episode. Mm-hmm. So anybody, you target any age, you target any person. So this is the best coup de maestro, if you want, And this helped us a lot after COVID, especially now. Then now you know that the financial crisis in Lebanon is very, very
Christina
difficult.
told us about that in one episode
it's like 250%. Our currency has lost its value by 250% and more counting. So, and a lot of people cannot go to school. A lot of parents are moving their children from private school, the funky, very expensive private school. They're moving them to public school. And public schools, they don't have the nursery years or the kindergarten years, Mm-hmm. They start at age 6, and it's the basic Lebanese curriculum without any further languages and things like that. And the teachers are not very well paid, so they don't want to even teach. They don't bother. They don't follow up. So now, more than ever, what we did in season 5 makes sense.
Very much so. So your studios must look a bit different from our studio here. A bit more professional. Can you describe it?
Yeah, we thank God for our studios. It's donated by one donor, actually, who believed in our mission. Mm-hmm. And he donated the land, and then he donated the building. It took a lot of times. But, prior to this, I've been with SAT-7 for 18 years. I've been in smaller studios than yours. So, of course, we have big studios. Sometimes the whole building is so expensive to run. So we rent out some of it just to be able to, pay the generators. In Lebanon, we don't have electricity. So we have 3 generators. We don't want to use donor money for this, We use some of it, but we try to, also get, from
the
outside.
generators are run by diesel, probably.
Sorry?
The generators
Diesel.
for the diesel generator.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, and it's getting more expensive. Then.
And now it's very expensive.
Because
you
that is a
cannot
problem
even,
as well.
and if you want to heat anything, you know, you have diesel and you have air conditioning, which means like more electricity. Diesel and benzene, gas is very expensive.
That's what I was asking.
It's crazy. It's crazy. The situation is getting worse in Lebanon, you know. So we try to, you know, use multi-purpose, you know, use it for different things. But we also our first and foremost goal is to use it for production. I mean, we use it only for production. You have beautiful studios. Christina was there.
Yeah, so a photo of it was very.
Yeah, they're quite huge and prepared for these
very good
different
light.
sessions.
Yes, we have two big ones that are fully refurbished, and two small ones or something like that. We're planning to also keep on preparing another huge studio. I mean, there's this vision of doing a huge, large studio. We use it for His glory. So, yeah, whenever you want to film something, you're welcome. We are partners.
Okay. I'm going to tell that to our TV station.
Yeah, that's funny because some studios look like in a theater or something. They're prepared for these special programs, and you use it for every session. So.
And so we also host a lot of events in our studios.
Okay.
So when
what kind of events?
We did the part of the Lebanon Our Story was something we called the Storytelling Club. The Storytelling Club is a club that we ran in different areas in Lebanon, attracted youth between the age of 10 and 25 from different, backgrounds as well. And they came together, and it's a German, it's under Prix de Jeunesse, Madame Maya Götz, I say hi to her. She's a psychologist who put this thing together. So they come together and play games made by Maya, of course. Games whereby they start expressing things that have bothered them, and there are like circles where they sit together and exchange things. So at first, people don't want to talk to each other, but the activities breaks the ice, and then they start telling you stories, and so we move from basic enemies to great friends after 3-4 days. And I collected all of these stories and the testimonies, put them in a book. I wanted to get them, but it's online. I can get you the link.
Oh, very good.
And
put it in the show notes.
And so we launched this book. It's called the event. We launched it in one of the biggest studios.
And it turns the mind of the people who are taking part and their families as well, probably.
They came and they spoke about their testimonies, also how they changed. Actually, one of them is still in touch with me.
Okay.
He just texted me yesterday. They're Syrians, you know. And another one is Palestinian also. And some of them, like 2 or 3, have also already left the country. I mean, these people who are in Lebanon, they would rather leave anyway, because it's so difficult. Life in Lebanon is already difficult. So back to the event, we launched it in order to shed the light in the public media. So this is when we invited also politicians, partners, church partners, NGOs, international NGOs, politicians to come and see, look what we are trying to do. This is our bit. And we want you to shed the light on it and do your bits as well, you know. So it was amazing. We had people from the army, we had the Minister of Communication and the Minister of Culture and... Yeah.
So that is your political work.
It's not political.
Not taking.
It's beside. I mean, aside, if you, so to say, because you have a wide range to reach the people.
If you want to make a change in your society, I mean, it's good to partner with everyone. Exactly. And this is why, I mean, we are not pro anybody. Thank goodness.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
If we were pro this person or this person or this party.
All the sides to the politicians.
Yeah, that's why they say, no, you guys are left or right or whatever. We don't come to you. So we are nothing, non-partisan, non-political, and everybody comes. And whenever we do anything, it has its Christian, biblical value and humanitarian tendency. You know, it's based on human rights. It's based on the willingness to build bridges among each other, whoever we are, and to make a better country. We also stress a lot on citizenship. And what is citizenship now with people who are not originally Lebanese? How do you want to teach them citizenship? Yeah. Some people want to stay. Not everybody wants to go to Germany and Europe. A lot of people have found jobs. So how can they belong? they can go to churches, they can go, but also there's the darker side where they can adhere to darker places. So it's our, duty to bring them and say, okay, listen, I mean, we want to talk about your rights. We want to give you a platform to say what you want, to connect you with others, to be an example to others so that others say, okay, this is possible. We can do it. Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
So as much as I understand is you make people talk to each other.
Yeah. Connect with each other. On a deeper level also. Mm-hmm, yeah. So not just talk.
We support the dialogue, the understanding. I mean, Lebanon, this is why Missio was convinced to fund the SAT-7 work and the projects you're doing. Because you have a wide range, you reach the people, and Lebanon is multicultural, multi-ethnical. There are so different peoples, and it's more important than ever to live together in peace and understanding. And this is what you're doing from the grassroots, isn't it? So
yes, we do it also in Egypt. I just remember this is a YES project, Youth for an Enabling Society. Also, the YES project stresses on the age 18 to 24, but in Egypt, it's almost the same thing. Social cohesion and trying to make initiatives together. So it's the kids, the young people of the church and the non-Christians. But because, in Egypt, we have a massive followers in Egypt. Okay. I mean, among the Christians themselves, if we say the Christians are 9 or 10% or maybe less, that would be millions. Mm-hmm. Comparing to 110 million
people in Egypt.
You probably have a minimum of 10 million Christians,
How many are there in Lebanon?
I don't know.
10 million.
They left.
Okay.
Officially, they discuss about
4.5 million. The whole population. Now, recently, we count 6 million or 5 million with refugees. Mm-hmm. You have 2.5 million refugees. Mm-hmm. A lot of people have left. We are left with maybe 2 million Lebanese. I don't know. There's no. We can Google it, but
you're
I'm
not
sure
counting it.
If we Google it, there is no official counting. Especially also, I mean, if you want to know how many refugees are in Lebanon, a lot of people, they are not registered with the UN. Mm. A lot of people, because if they register, they will have to travel or I don't know, do something that is very official. So a lot of people come, they make money in Lebanon. They do odd jobs and they go back to Syria to sustain their family and then they come back. I mean, there's this route. I mean, you don't talk about it in the media. Probably it's the first time you hear about it. But a lot of people do this, and now our authorities know. I mean, they try to stop this frontiers to stop here. But I mean, life in Syria is becoming very, very more difficult than Lebanon, more expensive, and this is leading to people are suffocating. So they have to do this, and sometimes they come to Lebanon and they take what we call now the death boats. Mm-hmm. The death boats, they depart from Tripoli, so north of Lebanon, and they take the boat.
Tripoli is the second biggest town.
It's the second capital of Lebanon.
The second capital of Lebanon. It's in the north, and it's not too many kilometers from the Cyprus coast. I don't know exactly how much, but it's the population is a majority of Sunnis and it's minority of Christians. We used to have a lot of Christians there, but now a lot of extremism movements of extremism. They rise from Tripoli, they rise from Sidon, they rise from the north. But in former times, it was the Syrian people, almost the Syrian people. Trying to get on these, like you call it, dead boats, but it changed a little bit. I mean, it's the Lebanese people at the moment.
I was going to tell you, not just the Syrians. Yeah, you have the Syrians, the Palestinians, the Lebanese, minority of Lebanese, but they're all together in the same boat, as we say. Mm-hmm. We're all together in the same boat. It's becoming difficult.
Yeah, so, things changing for everybody.
It's not easy even for people who have regular jobs, and with this financial situation. We are looking for extra jobs. We want to work more. We want to, because everything is becoming more expensive. So you probably can work more, but others cannot. Mm-hmm. And there are people who have maybe a family of 10 kids. How do you do this? you have child labor, definitely we try to regulate things, but as you know, we don't have a government, we don't have a cabinet, we don't have a president yet, because we cannot agree on our next. It's been like a year maybe now.
More than a year, isn't it?
They
tried
to constitute the new parliament, but with no success in the end, so up to now.
So the next president, we all say that it's going to be, it's very critical, because Lebanon is moving from what we used to be to what we will be. So goodness knows. We pray for hope. We pray for peace. And we have faith.
That must become more and more difficult to have
I'm giving you these terms that you want. We have faith that God will have mercy on everyone, and whatever God will give us, we have to extend His love and make it visible through SAT-7, through the media, on the ground with our partners, and on satellite to reach out to the 22 million viewers that we have.
Mm.
So it's important that the work is going on. But there is one thing I remember you told me when I visited you in springtime 22. I had the chance up to now to visit you 2 times.
Yes, I had the chance
to very much. You told me, like, quotation, we Lebanese, we always rise again, because we're used to struggle with all these difficulties and changing things. So this is what you mean when you're talking about hope, I guess.
Yes, they I mean,
and strength.
The people of the phoenix rising, we always rise from the ashes.
So you're used to that.
I mean, yeah, we are. 4th of August, you were there. I mean, you came and saw. We rose again, but we did not expect we will rise to, you would lose everything. So if there is a bomb or an explosion, and this is terrible, I mean, it's a good thing if you die. But if you don't, it's like the government took your money, the government took everything. So what do you do? And it's not just that, we have so many things happening. So we hope that we will rise every time. And every time we are in a different, difficult situation, but we rise again also.
Yeah, these different challenges came along. I mean, you mentioned the 4th of August.
Yeah.
In 2020, when this huge blast destroyed wider parts of Beirut from the port. This was another, 0 point for the Lebanese.
Never.
But you just go along.
Yeah, the good thing is that we also extend, our messages through the digital. Now we have a new strategy on the digital platforms. We have a platform called SAT-7 Plus. It's like Netflix. You download it for free. You see all our programs. So this is a new way to extend to our viewers who cannot, who don't have the money, who cannot get us. And on social media, we have a huge strategy to reach out with hope, faith, and love, and make God's love visible. We have 8 brands. There's more work, but what we do is very, it takes a lot of time. A huge team of people, not just in Lebanon, in our offices in Cyprus, in Egypt, in Turkey, in London. The Iranian channel is run from London and Limassol. And we have also offices, the support offices everywhere, around the world also. So it's a lot of work. It's a channel that is growing, and we do stress on the next generation, basically the youth, and because the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. We hope whatever we do, I believe, I have faith that maybe. There is a child who watches SAT-7 Kids, for instance, or programs on citizenship and human rights on SAT-7, youth programs, and one day he or she will become the leader of tomorrow. So this is what we believe. We want to impact this generation to do better than we have done, to do better than what the others have done everywhere in the region.
Put
we are
a
not
seed
proud.
Inside the kids' brain.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
By the way of formation, education, and showing
Make them open-minded.
Yeah.
We receive stories. If I have the time to tell you about the story, we have received a story from Saudi Arabia and Iraq. They will tell us women who allow their kids to just sit there when they are cooking and doing the house chores because they know that their children are safe to watch SAT-7 Kids, for instance.
Okay.
They know that we are not going to teach them anything bad about their religion. If their religion is Islam, we're going to teach them values, good stuff. We're not going to, tear down anything, but we're going to tell them about God's love, about Jesus. And they will learn good values that they can put to practice. We had 2 women who wrote us as, I know that my children are safe with you. This is all they said. But
that is a compliment.
Yeah, it is. And we made us, the slogan of SAT-7 Kids is where your children are safe.
That is very nice.
Yeah, so that's the consensus for everybody, in every religion, every ethnical background. So,
how did your work change these days?
These days, you have to change priorities. So you're working. We have promises that we made to the donor that these are the outcomes that we wanted to reach about a specific program, and this is the planning, the time that it will take. And as a TV, as a satellite channel, we have to reserve our slot on for broadcast. So we need to tell the Arabic channel or the kids channel that, okay, we will broadcast this in January, for instance. We start. And because when you work with a donor, you have promises that, for instance, the funding for this program, including broadcast, will finish in April. But now you have these things. That's what do? You are dealing with kids. We are dealing with kids aged 10 to 15. These are children, big children, small children, whatever have you. And some of these children, they come from refugee camps because they come to do social cohesion with other kids in the community, the community host. So what do you do when they are scared that maybe they will be targeted, maybe anything will happen? So we have to still go out on a specific shoot on that day. We can't. We work with an international NGO. Also, we partner with people on the ground who are taking care of these kids. So we are not in direct contact with them. These people are in direct contact with them. And we all, the production team signs an agreement that we will respect child protection policy. And there's this whole spectrum of what is child protection policy. It's not just protecting them when they go out. It's also protecting them from the gaze of the other person. Because, in society, sometimes, we have the stigma, oh, these are refugees or whatever. Okay, so what? So what do we do now? Now we were sort of, as I said before, wiggling around the subject. So that our priority are the kids. They have to come. They have to be safe, and we cannot do long hours. And so we cannot plan everyday shooting outside. We have to choose the right time this week. We have to prepare for the right place. What kind of group is coming this week? Is it safe to bring a group that is coming from an area close to the south when they may not be able to go back? If, I don't know, because this is Lebanon. You go out on a day, you don't know if you come back home or you don't, But the kids, we have no right to put them in this kind of danger. So it's that kind of, if you want, challenges that we think of as producers on the ground. And have a team. Now you tell me you are here and what's happening in Lebanon. I have a team that runs everything. I'm in constant touch with them, and I trust they will make the right decisions. We are in touch on everyday basis, and they are still challenged with everything. We do now, we don't go now. What's going to happen now? So, and it's my job to tell my team, you guys are there. Do what is best for the children, and I will cover you, So you understand that it's difficult times to shoot anything now, especially anything that has to do with refugee camps and people who are, Palestinians or Syrians or, near the south of Lebanon. So we have to be wise and we have to rethink our priorities. What comes first?
And what comes first? I mean,
children.
Of course. Are they telling you that they are scared? the kids?
No.
Is that a subject of...
no, if they are scared, they don't come out. No, definitely. If there is any kind of doubt or their parents are scared or people in the refugee camps who are, responsible of them are scared, we change the group or we stop shooting. Mm-hmm. And we stop shooting until further notice.
But now you're in Germany, and the political situation in your country is probably turning worse again. How do you feel being here and you can't do anything for your country at the moment? Or can you do being here?
Thank you so much for asking this question. Again, we have faith. Mm-hmm. What the country may be going through right now, it's not the first time. We stand in faith that, and we'd like to help others to have more faith. And we'd love to, spread and pray together with you and pray with all of our partners for peace. And this is what we do now. If you open SAT-7, it's prayers all the time. So what can I do but pray and have faith and try to extend hope? There's a recent study that we conducted, and it shows that a lot of the youth everywhere in the world, but in the MENA region, they don't have hope. And with everything that is happening here, we're losing hope. It's very easy to say, oh, we're losing hope. What am I going to do? It's okay, what can you do? You can pray, you can have faith. This is time to pray, to talk about peace. I'm here to do this with you and to extend this message to everyone, to pray with us. May the Lord have mercy on all of us. These are people who are dying. These are precious lives, somebody's daughters and sons and everywhere. This is a life, and human life is precious. We pray that this stops. We pray the Lord have mercy, but I will not stop. My life continues. I mean, this is what I do, and this is the time to do it more than ever. Okay. So I pray for my family. I live every day. I hope I'll be back, but I know that the Lord has a plan for me if I am not back.
Very strong words.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And thanks for your work.
Yeah,
and thanks
you
for the interview.
Thank you for hosting me. That was lovely. Great. Thanks.
Das war Reisewarnung mit Missio München unterwegs in Afrika, Asien und Ozeanien. Ein Podcast von Missio München, produziert vom katholischen Medienhaus St. Michaelsbundes.